Hello to everyone. You were on the family Zoom today. We totally ran out of time and got cut off, um, and did not really get into time management at all. I'm super excited that we're getting more people hooked up with their cameras and technology, and it's so good to see y'all's faces. You have no idea how happy I am to see your faces, especially the new managers that I have not had a chance to meet in person yet. And um, I don't know about y'all, but it's just so nice to be able to connect like this. Obviously, in person would be so much better, but this is efficient and as good as it's going to get right now. So I'm just super excited about it. So time management is is something that's going to always be a challenge. It's something that you're going to always have to reassess and constantly be working on to constantly be working on to improve, to check in, to refine during different parts of the day, the month, the week. You may have to adjust how you work and how you manage your time. And so I'm just going to give you some hints and hacks and tricks, some that I use, some that people smarter than me um, have done research on and has shown how well they work. And a lot of the times it is trial and error to find what works for you, and what is the best for the situation. Because there are some things that you need to devote an entire hour to, but there are other things that if you scheduled an hour for, it would drive you mad, and you would probably end up being um, more inefficient than if you just dedicated a 15-minute chunk to, or something like that. So the first thing, you need to have a to-do list, um, every day, every week. I I love stationery, and I have a problem, and I hope my husband never spends enough time in my office to see the existence of my addiction and my problem. But I have daily and weekly and monthly calendars, planners galore. It's a little ridiculous. I don't encourage you to become obsessed like I have, because you really then just have a lot of beautiful paper that then sometimes I don't even want to write on it because I like it so much. But I am just going to give y'all some ideas. I have uploaded just like one-page files to Redbook in the resident services folders. If it's something you want to try, obviously trying it for free is way better than spending 5, 10, or $15 on some fancy notepad. So we do have some uploaded in Redbook under the resident services files. Um, every week, I have my weekly planner, and I write down what I want to get done during the week. Um, some of the things on it, I do the same things every day. Like I start off with the same, and then after that, it just kind of depends on what the week looks like. Um, but I definitely put like every day, besides the two things I do first thing every day, I put the two most important things that I need to get done that day. And then if I have time, I can start working on what I'm planning to do the next day, or I can work on something else that is further down the line that's not urgent, and then I can work on getting ahead. Um, but then I also have a daily one. I did write on it today just to give y'all an idea, um, because I worked super hard the past few weeks to get ready to go on vacation. Really, today, making this video and doing our 11 o'clock Zoom was the main things I had to get done today. So it is very nice, but also I knew that who knows what happens on a Monday. So on my daily one, I write 3 things that I absolutely have to get done today. Those are the things that I'm going to dedicate 90% of my time to today, that I do not want to leave at 5 o'clock and not have these 3 things done. By only focusing on 3 things, one, you're a whole lot more likely to get all 3 of them done. And it just seems so much more manageable that if you get to the office in the morning and tell yourself, I have 3 things that I need to get done today. The sooner you get those 3 things done, I mean, a huge burden is off your chest, and you can work on other things that need to be done, but they weren't your top 3 priorities. So I have my top 3 right here, and then I have other things that I can work on when I finish those things that will either get me ahead for tomorrow or get me ahead for next week, something like that. So just some tips to be more productive and manage your time. The first one is to track your time. I don't know how many of you get the phone usage updates every Sunday. Every Sunday morning, I get a little alert on my Apple phone that tells me you averaged 4 hours on your phone this week, and it will tell you if it's up or down from the week before. And the first time I got that alert, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, there is no way I spend 4 hours on my phone a day. But then I start thinking about it. I'm like, well, I do stream my workout. I do this. So, when you really think about it, it's shocking. Even if you're using it for good, I'm not saying that social media or stuff we do on our phone is bad. But it's definitely something you can waste time on, and it can be a distraction. That's all I meant by bad. But track your time. Have you ever thought in your head, okay, it takes me an hour to clean my kitchen, and then you actually focus and see how long it takes you to clean your kitchen? As you're cleaning your kitchen, do you pick up something to take to another room, and then you spend 30 minutes in that other room, and then you come back and finish your kitchen, and you're still done in an hour? You might begin to notice that, wow, it really only takes me about 20 minutes to clean my kitchen if I just stay in the kitchen and clean my kitchen. So really, really, just one day, literally track your time. You get into the office at 8 o'clock and say from 8 o'clock to 8:10, I checked my email. And then at 8:10, I got a phone call, and I was on the phone for 20 minutes with so-and-so talking about this. Really try to see where the most time is spent in your day. And I know every day is different, but when you track it, you'll see that, okay, well, I didn't really check my email from 8 to 9 o'clock. I checked my email from 8 to 8:10, and then I got a phone call, and then I had to take care and follow up on that phone call, and then I went back to my email. So really, I only spent 15 minutes on my email, and the other 45 minutes of that hour were spent doing other things that took me off task. So really just track and see how much time you actually spend on tasks versus, the distractions, whether they're self-imposed or you have no control out of. So definitely track your time. The second one is batchwork. You can be so much more productive if you devote your time to one task. So many people used to say, multitasking is the best, multitasking. Well, as more research has come out, they have found that that is not true, that by dividing your attention, you're not giving 100% to everything. So batch work or single tasking is where you work on one thing. So for example, and I think this is really good advice, you set a time that you are going to check emails. And in your job, I think you need to have one towards the very beginning of the day and one time towards the very end of the day. So for example, you start work at 8. So from 8 to 8:30, you are checking your email and following up on those emails for 30 minutes. Set a timer. And then again, you're going to do it at the end of the day from 4 to 4:30. You're going to set your timer, check your emails, because you can probably hear, like on Zooms or even these videos, if I don't remember to close my email, you'll hear the splash, which means I'm getting emails. And it's distracting, because even if I'm focused on making this video or focused on the Zoom, I still will look down and at least see who the email's from or what the email is. So especially in your job when y'all are being pulled in so many directions, that if you're, especially through someone that gets distracted easily, I highly recommend you setting a time in the morning and late in the afternoon before you go home where you check that email and then you close it, unless you have some free time that you're just going to check in if you've missed anything. Because email is one of the most distracting and addicting things that if you keep it open, you'll spend all day just responding and doing emails when you could have been doing so much more. And also, this is not just for email. You can use it, say, I'm going to spend 30 minutes planning services. I'm going to spend 30 minutes getting these notices organized. I'm going to spend 30 minutes getting research ready. I mean, it can be anything, and it doesn't have to be 30 minutes. Maybe you're better at working in 45-minute increments, something. Set a timer and say, from this time to this time, this is what I'm doing. And I think you'll be surprised, one, maybe at how fast you actually get stuff done when you're focused on just that one task. And also, how fast you do it, but also, wow, I can get so much done. I know, like, if I just tell myself to spend 15 minutes cleaning up when I get home in the evenings, my house stays so much cleaner. It's amazing how much cleaning you can get done in 15 minutes if you just focus for 15 minutes. The next tip, plan ahead. I know I have driven y'all insane since, basically August, planning for next year. And, I'm a firm believer in planning ahead. I love planning ahead. I know you can't plan everything, but if you get in the routine of planning as much as you can, it makes things so much easier. Like 2 weeks ago when we had the first Zoom, I had to take my dog to the vet. My husband was going to do it, but then he had a meeting come up, and so he couldn't miss the meeting. So I had to take my dog to the vet, and I had not prepared to take him to the vet. I was planning on, coming to work, getting things done, but because I had at least planned for what I had to do for the day, I was able to rearrange things and still get everything done, even though I had that unexpected thing come up. I'm ridiculous. I mean, right here at my desk, within an arm's reach while I'm doing this video, I have my 2022 planner, and I've already started filling it out with dates and what I already know is coming up next year. I know some of you are not going to do that, and you're just lucky if you can plan what you're going to do the next day. But if you can just get in the habit of trying to plan ahead, even if it is just to the next day or just for the week, I think you'll find that in the long run, it saves you a lot of time because you're more prepared. I think this is also super important for those of you that need either a check request for services, or if you just know you're going to need more petty cash than usual. If you plan ahead on your services and know that, hey, I'm going to need my supervisor to give me a check to pay for this pizza, if you've planned ahead, you can make that happen. Whereas if you're doing it at the last minute, that pizza might be coming out of your pocket and then you have to wait to get reimbursed. Next tip, take breaks. In the family Zoom this morning, a lot of you said that one of the ways you deal with stress is by taking breaks. And I think that is so important. Tons of research has shown that you will be more productive in the long run if you give your brain a chance to refocus and refresh. Ideally, you need to do this for at least 10 minutes every 2 hours. Whether you go outside, so many of you said to go outside, whether you're just standing outside and looking at the beautiful property, walking the property, that is something you should be doing every day anyways. So why not let yourself mentally recharge while you're also physically getting exercise and burning off some stress, burning off frustration. Then you come back into your office ready to go again. Some of you said you like to take coffee breaks or tea breaks. Your brain needs a break. Now, I'm not telling you you need to go take 30 minutes to an hour break. We don't have time for that. But a 10-minute break will make you more efficient, and it's not going to cost you your whole day. So definitely take breaks. I've mentioned this some, but set alarms. As organized as I think I am, and as many lists as I have, if I don't have alerts either on my phone or on my Google Calendar or on my Microsoft Outlook calendar that ding and chime and remind me when something is about to happen, I will lose track of time. Okay, you might not forget. You might know, okay, I have a Zoom at 11 o'clock today, but then you start working and then you look up and it's 11:15. So even though you knew it was happening, if you lose track of time, you're going to be late or you're going to miss stuff. So whether you use your phone, whether you use one of the online calendars, set alarms. They will change your life. They will keep you on task. They will help you not forget things. Definitely do not forget to set alarms, especially for things that happen often, like set alarms and reminders for when things are due, when you need to send stuff to your supervisor, when you need to check in. Definitely set alarms. Another one is Delegate. Some of you do not have the luxury of having assistants or even having a consistent maintenance man, especially right now with the COVID world where so many people are not working and we have a lot of vacancies. So this is not a luxury that everyone has. But if you do have it, take advantage of it. Like Delegate. If you have an assistant or you have a really awesome maintenance man, you do not have to do absolutely everything. I know in this job, a lot of people are type A personalities and you want to do everything because then it will be done right. Which I totally understand. I'm very similar. But you will be a lot less stressed if you can trust your maintenance man to go put the notices on the door so you don't have to. unless putting the notices on the door is your stress break, and it helps you recuperate. But think of things that you do not need to do, but you can trust either your maintenance man or your assistant with it. Some of you may be blessed to have residents that are super helpful. I know some of you have said that you have residents who help water the plants and keep the flower beds looking good. You have residents that happily lead and plan services. If you have those resources, take advantage of them because they can help you get things done. Those are the main tips and goals. I also want to reiterate that a part of time management is organization, and it's something that we're always working on. I am not perfect at it, and one day I'll be amazing and I'll get so much stuff done, and then the next day I'm like, oh, I can't do anything because I can't focus. You really need to find what works for you and something that will help you refocus and get back on track. I've noticed just in our office some things that are poor time management and not respectful of other people's times. So just some examples. Just with the Zooms with me, we have 1 week designated for seniors and 1 week designated for families every month. I send out emails about them. I send out the calendar invite for them. I send out the agenda for them, and they all have the time on it. The calendar invite, if you accept it, it automatically puts it on your Microsoft Outlook calendar, which will have the alert to remind you about the meeting. So 90% of the time, I remember to have the time and date on those things for you. I'm human. Sometimes I forget, so I'm not going to say always. But, when you get that email, you should make a note of it, whether it's on your to-do list, whether it's on your personal calendar, make a note. This is when my Zoom is. Okay, and then I send out the invite. If you accept the invite, which you should be doing, then it's on your calendar where you will have the alarm and the reminder. Okay, it will save you so much time if you do that. But instead, we have people calling Tabitha, calling Rosanna, calling me, emailing Rosanna, emailing Tabitha, all these questions, which all of them could be answered if you had accepted the invite and written down what time and what day the Zoom was. Okay, think of just all the time it takes to call someone here at our home office, and if you don't know their extension, you have to talk to whoever answers the phone, and then they have to transfer you. Okay, that's a lot of time wasted, not just in your day, but also in everyone involved in that phone call's day. And I'm not saying don't call us. I'm not saying that, but if it's something that should be on your computer and should be on your calendar and should be in your email, you need to take responsibility for that and not expect someone else to just make it easy for you, because you're wasting your time and their time. And that's something that we always have to work on, because I know that there are days that it's just a lot easier to call, because Rosanna is amazing and she works so hard and she wants to help everybody. So if you call Rosanna, she is going to do her best to make sure you get the answer to your question. Okay. But that's not Rosanna's whole job. We don't want to have Rosanna spend the whole day helping connect things when 90% of the time it's probably in an email that if you'd written it down or set a calendar alert, it would have saved you a lot of time. So that's just a little tip that I've noticed, that if you get in the habit of writing things down and putting things on your calendar and setting alarms or reminders or whatever, that it not only saves you time, but it saves other people time. And we are only given a set amount of time. We can't make more of it. We just have to be smarter at how we use it. This is a topic, like I said, that it's always evolving, and it's something we have to continually check in on. So we will probably do this in different ways with just different tips and tricks from time to time. So I can guarantee you not all of the videos are going to be 25 minutes long, but there was just a whole lot for this one. As always, if you have questions or need anything, let me know. And definitely challenge yourself to work better towards having better time management. Thanks.